I'm gonna make an image board tier list. I made this tier list myself because no one's ever done this before. I went through every single image board that exists that I could find, and I filtered it down. So I'm not including boards that are just focused on porn. I'm not including anything in that I just looked around and it looked like it was dead. And there's also other things that I've arbitrarily decided not to include because fuck you, that's why. So let's start off with a really strong contender, 1chan. 1chan is a railway hobbyism related image board. Now, I'm personally not that interested in trains from an autism perspective. I'm not a train spotter. I don't know that much about trains. However, I do think trains are fucking cool, and I think that train otaku Tetsudomania are fucking cool. And this website has been around forever. It's the second oldest English language image board behind 4chan, just barely. And I think it's great that it's still around and it's not toxic. It's great. I'm a big fan of 1chan. It gets an S tier from me, straight up S tier. Next up is 4channel, which is mostly a text board. So I almost didn't include it, but they do have one image board, as in one of the boards on the text board is an image board, like a Futaba style image board. It's honestly not that great, the image board, but the text board, the website as a whole is really good. So I don't know where to put this. I think I'm going to put it in B tier because the image board itself is nothing that special, but the fact that it's a part of 4channel makes it good. 4chan, the classic, the one that everyone knows, the one that you're probably coming from if you're watching this video. The problem with 4chan is that it's quite different from all the other image boards just by virtue of being so much bigger. Specifically, what that means is that each of the boards on 4chan have very different moderation styles, right? They have a completely different set of moderators. So there are some boards like A where the global rules are actually enforced to some extent, and rules regarding off-topic posting are actually enforced, which means that A is a pretty good board if you want to talk about anime. In fact, of all of the places on the internet to talk about anime with random strangers, pretty much every single image board that you're going to find here has an A. I still think 4chan A is probably one of the better ones. But then you have boards like V, where the mods, don't do anything. Off-topic posting is just completely rampant. And so the board is like basically unusable for its intended purpose, which makes no one want to use it. Hence why like A has actually overtaken V in terms of number of active users somewhat recently, because V has been just descending into dog shit forever. The problem with 4chan is that pretty much every board that doesn't, almost all boards don't enforce off-topic posting, and any board that doesn't do that, every single thread just evolves into people calling each other trannies, which is just a kind of boring and annoying. Like, I'm here to have discussions. I don't really give a fuck, you know. So 4chan on a whole is hard to judge because it differs so much from board to board. But I have to put it in A tier for the culture, I feel like. Maybe not, actually. I'm going to put it in B tier. I'm going to put it in B tier because there's so much dog shit. I just don't use the dog shit boards, you know. Like, the biggest board is still B, and B is like fucking garbage. Or is it Pole now? Pole is also fucking garbage. Like, the most popular boards, what is it? B, Pole, V, and A. Like, A is the only decent board on there. B is just porn. It's not even good porn. Pole is just fucking terrible. Ruined the entire website, mostly. And V is terrible. So yeah, 4chan is not that great. But it's not as bad as 8kun. That's obviously a D tier. I don't even need to explain that. Bus Stop. Bus Stop is a really unique website. It doesn't operate by the same rules as all the other image boards here. It has a very different format and setup. It's really interesting. And it has a pretty dedicated user base. I'm going to put this straight in A tier because you can have some interesting discussions on there. The format is unique enough that it doesn't just feel like yet another 4chan clone. Um, and the community is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in A tier. Enchan, I've really never used, so I can't really say that much about it. But it looks pretty garbage. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I don't know. I haven't got that much experience. Eris-chan, actual trash. D tier. Fujo-chan, this is I didn't even know this existed until I was researching this video. Fujo-chan is an image board for Fujoshis, as you would imagine. Now, you could probably tell from the sound of my voice and the fact that I'm a male that I'm not a Fujoshi. Uh, However, I got respect for the Fujos. They're a part of the anime community, just like the rest of us otaku. They're a part of the backbone. Okay, they're bullied. I get it. Look, I got respect for the Fujos, even if I may not be a Fujo myself, right? And Fujo-chan, when I looked around there, it looked like they were just having actual discussions about yaoi content. So I gotta respect that, and I'm gonna have to put that in A tier. Get-chan, that's a leftist image board, one of the leftist image boards. It's lefty pole, but worse. It's just like I mean I don't really know what I don't know why anyone would use this website. It's not terrible. Like it's not completely overrun with spam or whatever. It's not just a psyop. It might be. I don't know, but it seemed like most of the time there's just some user base. They probably all come from us. They probably all moved to a Discord server and they just post like porn at each other. It didn't seem that interesting. C tier. It's not terrible, but it's really not good. Hayuri. This gets an A tier from me just for the culture. Helma. Is this a Ligma of some kind? Oh yeah, Helma is the Strike Witches image board. I forgot this existed. Um, it seems pretty dead, so by my own rules, I probably shouldn't include it. But I'm a big fan of Strike Witches, so I kind of I just did it anyway. Uh, I'm a big fan of Strike Witches. I like the fact that there's a Strike Witches focused image board. I don't really know. I've never used it really. I just found out it existed. Um, but I'm gonna put that in a solid B tier just for being about Strike Witches. Based. Lane Chan. Lane Chan is a difficult one. You see, back in around 2016, 2017, Lane Chan was my favorite image board. It was maybe my favorite website. I used to go there every day and spend hours just F5ing Mega. Um, I'm a huge fan of Lane Chan, or at least I was, but the thing about Lane Chan in that era is that there was a big cultural moment for both Cyberpunk and also for Serial Experiments Lane, the anime that the board is based around. And that cultural moment kind of passed. So that kind of made Lane Chan feel a little more like a relic, less on the button, less cutting edge of culture, more like a bit of a relic of the past. And not really in a cool way, just sort of in a these people are still hanging on to this thing kind of way. Um, However, Lane Chan is one of the few image boards that I can say has developed a good culture through good moderation. I know it might sound silly to talk about image boards and be in favor of moderation. If you think that this is stupid, if you don't understand what I'm talking about here, then you're part of the fucking problem, okay? Moderation just the idea of Lane Chan is that there's not supposed to be many low quality posts. Like there's a minimum number of characters you're allowed to include in a reply. You like one word replies, you're not allowed to do those. Like you have to expand upon your thoughts. Every time you make a post on the board, you have to actually expand upon your thoughts. Even starting a thread, you know, you're supposed to, even though most people don't. You're supposed to actually expand and give some sort of detailed explanation. So uh, that means that the signal to noise ratio on LaneChan is way better than almost any other image board. Pretty much every single post is going to include at least something of note. However, it also means that the whole board has kind of a self-serious attitude, or the whole site has kind of a self-serious attitude, and it's a lot of mucho texto. It's a lot of big paragraph wall of text dumps, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's also not like intrinsically a good thing either. It's just a different sort of vibe and aesthetic. So I'd still say this puts, just in terms of like post quality, this still puts Lane Chan relatively high tier, but it definitely isn't at the peak that it once was. Uh, So I'm definitely glad it's still going though. It's not at the peak that it once was for a couple of reasons. I don't really know what it is. It's not just that the cultural moment for Cyberpunk passed. It's also like there was a big split. Lane Chan split in two into Lane Chan and Arisu Chan, uh, because of some drama that I'm not going to go into. It wasn't really big drama, but and it was around that time that I noticed myself not enjoying the site as much as I'd used to. I don't know if it was that directly caused it, but ever since that, ever since the Lane Chan Arisu Chan split, it's just never quite been the same in a way that it's really hard to describe. Nonetheless, I still think Lane Chan is a good website. I'm definitely putting that shit in A tier, high A tier. Okay, it won't let me put. There we go. Lefty Pole. Lefty Pole is Lefty Pole. I don't know what you want me to tell you. If you're really that interested in talking about communism with a bunch of anonymous retards, then Lefty Pole is the place to go. And I say this as a lefty myself, okay? I've read Marx. I don't find the discussion that goes on Lefty Pole very interesting at all. Although I have to give them some credit for the fact that they seem to have decent post quality. They don't have that much spam. You know, they don't have stupid like just shit post meme posting all the time. But also, it's kind of like what every single lefty community just evolves into, which is like infighting and fucking stupid shit. Talking about orgs as if they matter, stuff like that. And even the discussions about theory, like, I really don't think that most people on Lefty 4 are particularly good at reading. Uh, at least I haven't seen much evidence that they have like interesting, nuanced takes on any like leftist texts. It's a lot of ideology shopping. That's what's going on Lefty Poll. It's a lot of ideology shopping, which I'm not a big fan of. So I'm gonna put this in maximum B tier. It's either high C tier or low B tier. I'm gonna put it in low B tier, just because I feel like anything below B has to be like mostly spam and shit posts. Locale.farm, that's definitely D tier. Just personal preference. I have never understood locale culture. It's never been interesting to me. I'm not offended by it. Like, I'm not mad that people are making locales. I just don't find it. I just don't.
You can't fucking be like locale.farm specifically, Spad. That's like drove the fucking bipolar women post.
Yeah, that's not that interesting to me.
I see.
I don't know. I put it in D tier. I'm not interested in locale.farm at all. It's just a bunch of fucking drama. It's just people trying to make drama at each other. It's just so uninteresting.
It's for all the fucking insane women out there.
I don't.
It's for the crazy pussies.
I don't need crazy pussy, man. I'm not that interested in crazy pussy. I'm definitely keeping that in detail. You're not convincing me. I don't know. I'm just not interested in random internet drama with fucking Z tier internet celebrities and shit. Like, I just don't fucking care. Merorin.jp. I don't even remember what that one is. Oh yeah, this is definitely just shitposting. C tier. It's not terrible, but it's pretty dead in shitposting. I shouldn't have even included this. Mutsiko. This site, honestly, I'm putting it in B tier, even though I don't use it that much, and it's relatively dead, just because it's unique. It has a unique board culture, which is something very important. You gotta stand out from just being another 4chan clone, right? It has a unique board culture. It has a good aesthetic to it. It has interesting posters. Although it's fairly dead and it doesn't have super high post quality, um, I respect the effort, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. Ota-chan, this is another one that's basically dead, but I respect the effort to create some sort of aesthetic. I'm gonna put it in B tier. It might move down to C tier. It's definitely low B tier, but hey, maybe even C tier. I don't know. It's pretty dead. But I respect the attempt to create like an otaku focused 2007 core image board. I don't know. It's okay. Secret area of VIP quality is obviously S tier. If you need me to explain that to you, you're not going to make it. Sushi-chan, this is definitely S tier. In fact, I'd put it right at the top of S tier. I think it's currently my favorite image board. Once again, Sushi-chan has high post quality. It's not too fast. Like it's about exactly the perfect speed for an image board. It's not crazy fast, but it's not dead. Um, it's comfy. It aims to create a cut. Like all I'm fucking old now. I'm not in the trenches anymore like I was back in the day when I was underage band, right? Like I don't fucking care. I just want to hang out and shoot the shit with people. And Sushi Chan is the best website for doing that. Uh, but it's not just like chill. Like there's meaningful discussion that happens on Sushi Channel that you might not expect it. There is a lot of meaningful discussion. There's a lot of surprisingly talented people as well. Like you'll go into a thread and randomly see like draw fags drawing crazy shit or whatever. Like there's a lot of talented people. It's just a cool community. Like it's it's well moderated in the sense that they have these rules about keeping it comfy. But if you break the rules, right? If you make uncomfy threads or whatever, they don't just get deleted. They get moved to hell, which is a specific board that you can choose to hide if you don't want to see threads like that, or you can choose to keep that board around, or like in the overboard type thing, kaiten sushi, right? Or kaiten sushi, I guess. But anyway, uh, you can look in hell or super hell if you're interested in seeing those kinds of threads, which kind of function, and they end up functioning a little bit like a B or like a designated shitpost board. But also, if you're not interested in that, you can just not look at it. And I think that's the perfect way to do moderation of that kind of website. I think it has a great, because some days I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, show me hell. I want to get mad. Show me hell. I want to have an argument with someone. I want to see some shit posts. Show me super hell. But then other days I'm like, you know what? I'm not interested in looking at that. And I think the fact that Sushi-chan does it, that moderation like that, makes it really good. It's also been around for quite a while at this point. I've been on Sushi-chan since it was called Tokyo. I've been around for a long time. Itamae was in charge back in the day. Um, yeah, it's been consistently good the whole time, and I gotta respect it. Tono-chan also been around a long ass time. A lot of these are gonna have been around for a long ass time, but yeah, Tono-chan's been around for a long time. There's a lot of secret boards on Tono-chan, like a lot of hidden boards that you just have to know the URL for. Which I don't really understand the point. Like, I think Tono-chan has too many boards for such a slow website that doesn't have a very big user base. It's very spread out among all the different boards, and then they don't have an overboard. So you really have to like check each board individually if you're interested in keeping up, which makes it a little annoying to use, especially especially given that a lot of the boards I feel like are kind of pointless. But there are some unique boards on this site that I think are great, like Mai and So. I think the anime board on this website is good. So I'm gonna put Tono-chan in a high B tier, low A tier. I'm gonna put it in low A tier. No, I'm gonna put it in high B tier, maybe mid B tier. It's definitely better than 4chan. I'm gonna move 4chan down. 4chan fucking sucks. I'm just remembering all the fucking garbage on 4chan. I'm gonna put 4chan in C tier. 4chan's not very good. I don't know. I just like, personally, I think A on 4chan is decent if you ignore half the threads. I think C is a good board, and W is a good board. Uh, and maybe like O, that's kind of a good board. There's like some of the slower boards in 4chan are good, but I don't know. It's so hard to judge 4chan. I shouldn't have included it in this list because you can't really compare it to any of the other things because it's so much faster and such a different culture. It's hard to. I don't know. I kind of feel like I shouldn't have included 4chan because sometimes I hate so many of the like pole infested brain rot shit that goes on in 4chan, but also there are lots of smaller boards that I think are really fun. Uh, there are a lot of generals that I hang out with or hang out in, and I've spent a lot of time on 4chan, unfortunately. So I don't know how to judge it. I don't know where to fucking put it. I'm gonna put it. It's got to be above Lefty Pole. I'm gonna put it here. Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll just leave it there. It'll be fine. Uboa-chan, definitely better than Uboa-chan and Tono-chan kind of come as a package in my mind, and I don't know why. they're vaguely similar thematically, I guess, but they're not that similar. Ubo-chan is a Yume Nikki themed image board. If you're interested in Yume Nikki, it's cool, but I think the best board on Ubo-chan is Neat. Uh, it's kind of like Wizard Chan if it wasn't terrible. I didn't include Wizard Chan on this list because I just didn't feel like it. I don't know. I just excluded it for no real reason. I've never really used it, so I didn't feel like I could really comment on it. Although then again, I included a bunch of other things that I don't really use, so I don't know, kind of arbitrary. Ubo-chan, I'm gonna put it in like here, like low A tier. I think there's some good discussion that goes on there. Uh, it's pretty slow. It's pretty damn slow, but it's cool to check in like once a week and just see the new post. It's pretty comfy. I'd just designate it as a pretty comfy place. And I'm a big fan of Yume Nikki as well. I don't know why I included Crystal.cafe. I've never used Crystal.cafe because I'm a man. I'm a male. Crystal.cafe is a female-only image board, although I'm 90% sure that. I see. I'm just gonna not even. I don't know. I shouldn't have included that. I've never used it. Soyjack.party, that's definitely the lowest possible D tier. Soyjack.party is maybe the worst image board in existence. No, not maybe. It's undoubtedly the worst image board in existence. It's just the same unfunny joke and a million 12-year-olds who keep repeating it. There's a video of a literal 7-year-old scrolling fucking soyjack.party, clicking on all the soyjacks and laughing. And that's why I imagine the average soyjack.party user is like. It's the worst image board ever. It's so I don't understand why anyone thinks it's funny. Maybe I'm just out of touch. Maybe I'm too old and out of touch, but it's just not funny. I don't know what to say. It's just one joke and the joke isn't funny to me. Arisu-chan. Arisu-chan broke off from Lane-chan at some point and then it died. And then it got revived somewhat recently, but the revival is pretty dead. No one uses it. So I'm going to consider this to be like C tier for dead, unfortunately, because it used to be pretty chill. Wire-chan is just another Lane-chan clone. I think it might actually be like slightly older than Lane-chan or something, but it's another cyberpunk-focused image board with a Lane board. I don't really know why it exists when Lane-chan exists. The discussion is like basically identical to Lane-chan. It just seems kind of redundant to me. Lane-chan just kind of makes this redundant, but it's not bad. I'm gonna put it maybe in high B tier. There's nothing wrong with Wire-chan, but it's just made redundant by the existence of Lane-chan. Whisper on the Wi-Fi. I included this because it's funny. This is an SSH based chan. Well, does it support images? I thought it was text only. I haven't used it in years, but I just like the gimmick. I'm putting an A tier for the gimmick. That's a great gimmick. Yakui do Moe. This is a Yakui the Maid focused image board. As you can imagine, it's trippy, it's drugged out, it's fun. I'll put this in B tier for the commitment to the bit. And finally, Usagi.Raizen. This is like an activity pub decentralized thing. It seems fairly dead. I haven't used it. It doesn't seem very special other than the fact that it's like activity pub. So I'm gonna put it in C tier. There's others that I haven't included in this list. For example, one of the biggest image boards was 420chan, but 420chan fucking died. And someone's made a replacement called Stoner-chan, but it's missing like I was gonna say half the boards, but it's more than half the boards. It's missing like 70% of the boards from 420chan. So I don't know. It's also brand new. Like Stoner-chan just started. It's too early to call if it's gonna revitalize the dead 420chan vibes. And also 420chan might come back itself in an under new management. So I can't really judge 420chan whether it's like good or bad. I don't know because it's dead. It was great. Some boards at least. Star Trek board on 420chan was great. I've definitely had many good conversations about Star Trek on there. And obviously lay drugs. So there we go. This is my ultimate image board tier list. Top tier, S tier, Sushi Chan, 1chan, and Secret Area VIP quality. A tier, Lane Chan, Bus Stop, Whisper on the Wi-Fi just for the gimmick. Fujo Chan because I gotta respect my Fujos. Boa Chan and Hey Yuri for the culture. Uh, B tier is specifically the image board on 4channel. Wire Chan, Tono Chan, 4chan. I still don't know what to think about 4chan. It's too hard to judge. Helma, Lefty Pole. I don't know. Lefty Pole maybe should be lower. It's kind of not that good. Okay. Mutsuko, Ota-chan, and Yakui. C tier, N-chan, Get-chan, Usagi, Merorin, Aris-chan. And D tier, 8kun, Eris-chan, Locale.farm, and Soyjack.party, the worst image board ever created. Okay, thanks for watching.